What is up, everybody? We're very welcome along to today's show. I'm your host, Craig, and as always, this is your show, folks. You tell me what you want to talk about. Yes, I've got a few little bits and pieces in the back pocket ready to go, but it's war, folks. The countdown has begun. The Reds taking on the new Premier League leaders, and it hurts to say that. Manchester United on Sunday. It's war. That's all I can say, folks. It is war. We have to go out there and get the 3 points however we do it. I don't care if we beat them 10-0 or if we beat them 2-1 with a deflection of David De Gea's arse in the 97th minute. It doesn't matter to me one bit. It is all about restoring Liverpool to the top of the Premier League table. How are we all feeling out there? Welcome to everyone that's joined me tonight. It's starting to heat up now, folks. It really has. United went and got the job done last night. Paul Pogba goal, give them that 1-0 victory. They are now the league leaders, whether we like it or not. But I hope that inspires these players to go out there, make it 68 games unbeaten at home in the Premier League and get the win on Sunday. The FA Cup we'll talk about in due course, but all roads lead to Anfield. All roads lead to kick off at 4:30 this Sunday, and it is going to be the biggest game of the season yet. But here's what freaks me out a little bit. So we're all having this talk, banter with United fans, City fans, we're all talking about Premier League title races. How mad is it that we're only 17 games in? And City, for an example, are only playing their 16th game tonight. We haven't even hit the 50% way. We haven't even got halfway to the Premier League, and it already feels like a special season. It feels like a season where we're going to get a title race maybe for the ages. Now, who's going to come out on top of that? If you ask me, I'll say Liverpool. You ask Goldbridge, he'll say Manchester United. You ask Steve McInerney, he'll probably say Manchester City. But God, it's great to be alive. It's great to be alive in this time where finally we're going head to head with our rivals, our biggest rivals, and in my opinion, still the favourites. I know people will say that we're not, but I honestly feel like we can't get much worse. Now, that's not to take away from the accomplishments of United this season or Manchester City, who look like, by the way, they're really starting to click into gear. And I have to put my hands up and say, I almost wrote Manchester City off. I almost thought that they were just going to concentrate on the Champions League this season, but it is going to be, I just think it's going to be an absolute belter of a season, folks. And we're going to look back on this time in May and just think, wow, how much has happened between the new year and the end of the season. Strap yourselves in is basically what I'm trying to say, because it's going to be a crazy one. Riyaz said, Craig, we cannot lose. That's exactly where I am, mate. A draw wouldn't really satisfy any of us. Maybe United could maybe walk away from a draw and say, okay, it was away, it was at Anfield, but it's definitely a must-not-lose game. I suppose the big question I want to ask everybody, is it a must-win game already at this point of the season? Are we at a point where Liverpool just cannot get anything other than 3 points? Because looking at the league table, if City win tonight and they're 1-0 up as we're going live with this, and they win their other game in hand, that would put them, I think, 2 points ahead of us, 1 point behind United, and then that game on Sunday, it is huge. It really is. If we don't win, I'm going to kick my refrigerator. Now look, there's no need to be going around kicking Maguire, mate. I mean, whatever he may or may... I'm only joking with you. Yeah, I get the feeling. I know where you're at. Hoping Matip is fit. Well, on that one, ladies and gents, I mean, Rob's steered me rather nicely into talking about this. Matip didn't train today. Keita didn't train today. That's according to the pictures. That's according to the reliable journalists, the Melissa Reddies, the James Pearces and whatnot. So tomorrow's pretty much D-Day for Joe Matip. Jurgen Klopp likes Liverpool players to have 2 full training sessions before they're considered for a starting place or considered to get into the matchday squad. And tomorrow's D-Day, I mean, whatever about Naby Keita, I personally haven't even allowed Naby Keita potentially playing or being in the squad to get into my thoughts, but I tell you what, Joe Matip has certainly been in my thoughts lately, and going into this game with Matip and Fabinho makes you feel a lot safer than going into this game with, let's say, Reece Williams, Nat Phillips, or even dropping Hendo back in the centre-back. We're losing something from midfield with doing that, so, you know, all fingers are crossed for tomorrow that we hear some good news on Joe Matip, but it's the only thing that's stopping me from letting you guys know my predicted 11 is just waiting for that one decision on Joel Matip and well, will he train or won't he train? And again, the manager will have to look at the long term here, because yes, we've got a game against United on Sunday and it's huge, but he'll want Matip for the game after that and the game after that, so he won't want to rush him back. It is as tense a feeling as I've had going into a game against United for quite a while. I'm enjoying it though, in a weird way. Usually these type of rivalries and this type of tension makes me feel a little bit nervous, but I'm looking forward to this. I don't know why. Instead of the nervousness, I'm almost got excitement. Maybe I just believe in the group too much, because I can't see a way we lose. on Sunday. I can see a way we draw. I just can't see these lads, after the dip in performances, not being up for this game. And like I always say, whether you're a United fan, whether you're a Liverpool fan, whomever comes out on top of this game on Sunday, I just want it to be because they deserve the win. Because they went out there and they played the better football. Not because of a VAR decision either way. Not because of a stupid refereeing decision. Let it be won on the pitch. Let the players do the talking. If United come and do a job, I'll put my hands up and say well done. If Liverpool go and do a job on United, I hope the same as from the United fans. But life's never that simple, folks, is it? There will be a moment, won't there? There'll always be a big debatable moment in these games. DJ Sonny said, we are top of the league, we are top of the league. Mate, you've every right to be singing about it, and it should be inspiring us Liverpool fans. It should be inspiring those Reds in training today at Kirby. They want to get back on top of that league table. They know what this is. They know that it's stinging everyone that United are at the top of the league table. And we got to suck it up, and we got to just get the job done on Sunday and put ourselves back there. That's all we can do at this moment in time. Take care of our own business. I am worried about the whole Matip thing, though. I think subconsciously almost believed that he was going to be fit for Sunday. And again, if United last night in the game, if Maguire, let's say, had picked up a yellow, I think that would have ruled him out, but he didn't. So United should be pretty much full strength for the game of the weekend. And look, to me, it'll come down to the midfield. It will come down to the midfield. People are going to say yes, but it'll be about the attack. It'll be about the pace of Rashford and Martial against Salah, Mane. I get that. But I really think this game will be won or lost over the 90 minutes in midfield. Is it Thiago Bruno? Or will it come down to a Henderson McTominay battle or something? There are so many intriguing matchups ahead of this game that I'm very much looking forward to catching up with Mark Goldbridge of the United Stand tomorrow. We're going to be recording that at 8:30 tomorrow, and it will be going out, I think, pretty much straight after it's recorded, to be honest with you. We're not going to do it live because I'm jinxed when we do stuff with Mark Goldbridge. I don't know what it is, but the gremlins work into the system every single time I try and do a live stream with Mark. So we're going to record it to make sure that it goes out. It'll also probably go out as a podcast as well. The first ever Anfield Agenda podcast went live today, folks, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Acast. So wherever you get your podcasts, please do go and check it out. Myself, Steve Bland and Jack Gill sat down. We looked ahead to the game of the weekend. We talked about the need to sign a centre-back in January and a few other bits and pieces as well. So if you get a chance, please do give it a listen. I think it's about 38 minutes long, something like that. DJ Sonny said I subscribed, mate. Thank you, buddy. Look, we can have a rivalry. You can hate my club, I can hate your club, but it doesn't need to be salty and nasty. We're all grown up people here. We can talk about football and enjoy this race. I mean, obviously it's more enjoyable if we come out on top, and you'll feel the same, but fuck me, man, I'm nervous and I'm excited and I'm happy and I'm so many emotions going ahead of this game. Liz said, agreed, Craig. Ollie may be at the wheel, but Liverpool are steering. It's our match to win. Joanne, is it your birthday? Happy birthday, Joanne. Joanne is an OG here on Anfield Agenda. So look, as always, folks, when it's one of our own's birthday, you know what to do. Lash those love heart emojis into the chat there just to wish one of our own, Joanne, who I mean, when I say OG, I mean real OG. Joanne has been right here from the start. So again, drop a few love hearts in the screen. Happy birthday to Joanne. Really enjoy having you as part of our community here, Joanne. So have a great day. Hi Craig, I'm a bit late. Have I missed anything? Nah, we're only a couple of minutes in, Danny Dog, mate. For those that are wondering why I'm a bit early tonight, usually I'm about 8:30 with these shows. I'm going to be jumping straight onto Mundo Sporto afterwards to do the Spurs game against Fulham. So if you want to come over and join me there for a watch along of that, please do. If you don't, I hope you have a nice evening regardless. But look, what do we want to talk about tonight, folks? Do we want to go through predicted 11s? Do we want to talk about the transfer window? Because look, I'll be honest with you, there's a great article out today from Melissa Reddy where she speaks about the interest in David Alaba that was there from Liverpool. Now, I don't want to say I told you so, but remember a while back I said to you guys, if we had any serious interest in David Alaba, we probably would have looked at that in the summer when the Thiago situation was there, because they were both in a similar position. Melissa Reddy did confirm that Liverpool did have chats with David Alaba's representative, or at least looked into it in the summer. But, you know, I think they were put off by the high wages. I think he's looking for somewhere around 9 million after tax, which is a hell of a lot of a wage. But as a free transfer, he might get that. But I've also always said, and again, it was backed up by Melissa Reddy, and it's not a secret, he wants to go and play in Spain, probably for Real Madrid at this point, but that's his first preference. So again, anybody thinking David Alaba, even for the summer, I still stand over what I said before. I don't think it's a Liverpool type transfer. Interestingly, though, the Echo today have done a piece where they've spoken about Liverpool's interest in Ben White, somebody who I've been talking to you guys about for a very, very long time. I've also said that I don't think January is possible for him because of Brighton's potential relegation battle, because they're not going to want to lose centre-back mid-season, so that could be somebody to keep an eye on for the summer as well. That still doesn't solve the problem of January, because look, even the most optimistic Liverpool fan like myself has to admit that it would have been probably ideal if we did go out and get a centre-back in this window, but as each day goes by, it's looking less and less likely, because why wouldn't we have done it at the start of the window? Do you know what I mean? Like, why wait? There's no sense in waiting. Rabadan said, I'll predict we'll beat United and draw to Burnley, mate. That would be so Liverpool, wouldn't it? That would be us. That would be about us, mate, summed up. Michael Casserly saying 4-0 to United, mate. With all due respect, you're not coming to Anfield and winning 4-0 on Sunday. I'm not saying there's not a chance of you winning, but it won't be 4-0, pal. I can pretty much guarantee you that one. Milana said 3-0 Liverpool. I will do my full prediction and preview. It'll be out on when would it be out? Friday. And again, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a show with Ian Brewster, Rian's father, and Leon Blanche. You probably recognise Leon from all the Boyle stuff, but Leon's a massive Liverpool fan as well. So be recording tomorrow evening with Ian Brewster and Leon as well. So keep an eye out for that video coming out. Barry said, Craig, I always look forward to your show. It makes my day. Thank you. Mate, you've got nothing to thank me for. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Whatever people take from this show, if it gives them a bit of happiness, if it passes an hour for them, brilliant. But I promise you, I get a lot back from it as well, man. It makes my day just to be on here as well. So I was thinking about something just before I went live. I must ask a few other YouTubers this. I wonder if they have any little routines before they start going live. Because I have a routine that I pretty much go through every time before I go live. And I just always wonder if other people have a similar routine. What have we got? I like to make friends. I prefer to make friends than enemies. Yeah, so do I, mate. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being rivals, but, you know, don't have to be enemies. Craig, should we sign a centre-back? Yes, of course. I think we'd all agree that a centre-back in January would be ideal, but I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately, mate, for a whole myriad of reasons, some of them financial. And again, I know people will say that Liverpool can and should spend, but we're still in a position right now where Arsenal have borrowed £120 million from the Bank of England. I think Spurs took out a similar loan, if my memory's correct. And football clubs are struggling. Liverpool are probably going to lose about 40 million quid this year. So 42 million, I think it is. So, you know, there is that aspect of it as well. And we keep being told that there's the potential of something big coming in the summer for Liverpool. And look, I still don't know what that is. We're all hoping it's an Mbappe or a Houlden. But again, we'll wait and see. Get Luke Redmond on your show. Excuse my ignorance, mate. I don't know who he is. Sorry. Just being honest, I don't know who he is. Win or lose, both sides. Nobody can deny it's going to be a cracking game on Sunday, said David McGlynn. I hope so. I mean, God, none of us want a big boring 0-0. I mean, if it had to be a draw, you'd want something like the 3-3. Do you remember that mad draw? But I don't want to draw. I want 3 points for Liverpool. And I want them badly. Badly. I mean, seeing Mark singing we're on top of the league, we're top of the league on the United stand, it felt like a kick in the nuts. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it really does feel like a kick in the nuts. I mean, I almost refuse to even look at the league table at this moment in time. I refuse to let myself believe that United have somehow managed to find a way on top. It really does. It's soul crushing because it's all of our own doing. Look, credit to United and Solskjaer. I don't mean it that way, but we've just thrown away some stupid points this season. I'm thinking of West Brom at home, Newcastle away. Just games we should have been finishing off and games we should have been giving ourselves a bit of a buffer here at the top of the table. But somehow we've drawn ourselves into a title race where we could probably have just kept our noses in front. It is what it is. All that we can do is act and try and get the win. Hey Craig, love the hoodie. Thank you, mate. It's actually a new one. I only wearing it for the first time today. I have a camo version of it, but I like that one so much that I ordered this one, but thank you. Is Joe Matip going to be fit? He's not trained. That's the bad news. And Klopp wants players to have at least 2 full training sessions before they're considered to be in the matchday squad. So tomorrow is D-Day. If he doesn't train tomorrow, we're probably up shit creek with regards to Joe Matip. I'm not going to lie. And similar with Naby Keita. But yeah, I mean, I would like Matip back, I'm not going to lie. Rabadan said, to be honest, City is the real threat, not Ollie FC. How do I say this without sounding like a twat? Right, here's my thoughts on it. I almost refuse to acknowledge Manchester City's existence. I don't like them that much. I just despise them and Paris Saint-Germain to the umpteenth degree for the way that the clubs are set about. But you are right. I mean, they are certainly the ones that probably have the best form at the minute. Probably are looking like they're playing some good football. They're getting a chance to rest some players again tonight. But then the question comes, can they keep Aguero fit? They've had a problem that they haven't had for a long time, which is they're not really banging in as many goals as they used to do. So can they get Aguero? Will Jesus step up? Sterling seems to be having a little dip in form, but then at the same time, they're grinding out wins. And when you're a fan, it doesn't matter. The history books, nobody will give a shit about how you got the points. It's just all about getting those points. So I hear where you're coming from, man. I just really refuse to acknowledge them if and when I can. Scotty said, Craig, who plays at centre-back if Joe Matip doesn't play? That is the big burning question, mate. I see there was a poll that James Pearce put up today. I had 35,000 votes or something when I seen it. And in the poll was as follows. Who would you like to play centre-back if Matip isn't available? Jordan Henderson, Reece Williams, Nat Phillips. And when I clicked on it, the time I clicked on it, my vote went for Reece Williams, by the way, but Nat Phillips was winning the vote by 1%. Nat Phillips was 40%, I think. Then I think it was 39% for Reece Williams, and then Hendo was pulling up the rear. But it is a difficult decision. I don't want Hendo put back there. I want him in midfield alongside Thiago. You can make arguments for and against Reece Williams and Nat Phillips. You can make arguments for or against their pace. You can make arguments for and against their defensive abilities, their aerial threat. I would probably go with Reece Williams, but I can absolutely understand why somebody would say Nat Phillips as well. Neither are the ideal scenario. I would probably edge towards Reece Williams because he has a future at Liverpool where, in all honesty, Nat Phillips is probably going to be gone in the summer and was very close to moving last summer. I think it was Bristol, if my memory's right, were interested in him. But I'd probably edge towards Reece Williams. Craig, you should get the Irish guy on the channel. Now, I do know who he is. I just don't have any interaction. I don't know the guy, but I know who he is. He's the guy that runs or is involved with a huge YouTube channel. I can't think of the name of them at this moment in time, but I do know who you're on about, yes. Reece and Nat are inconsistent. Play one game good, the next game shite, said Kate. Well, let's hope it's good. Whoever's picked, let's hope it's the good game. What else we got? Will Adrian play for Liverpool again? Somebody asked me this yesterday or the day before as well. I would say probably not, because I think Caoimhín Kelleher has probably pushed himself ahead in the pecking order. HITC, yeah, that's the one, Joanne, thank you. And Jake as well. Yeah, I know who that guy is. Absolutely brilliant what he does. His content's fantastic. I just don't know him, so I've no way of getting in touch with him, but absolutely, particularly because he's Irish. I mean, I do love promoting our own as well. Craig, I'll go for Reece. I think they will target him though. I think they're going to target that side one way or the other. Trent's side is the side that teams seem to target. I don't know if it's because they don't think that he gets enough protection, or if they just think that he's less defensively capable than Robbo over on the far side. So whoever plays, we're going to need help to make sure that Trent gets the protection he needs, because that's the side I think that Fernandez, and I suppose you're probably going to see Martial to the centre, I'd say, but he tends to drift left as well. Rashford in off the right. So yeah, look, Rashford's not in great form. I think even the most ardent United fan must admit that when he's not setting the world alight, he's not living up to his own high standards. So to me, yeah, I get it. And look, Cavani was pretty bang average last night. He missed a couple of good opportunities. So I still think it's midfield. What I said at the start of the stream, I think this game will be won or lost in midfield. You can also argue a case for Phillips with his aerial ability versus Cavani. I could be wrong on this, but I think Reece Williams is taller. But they may be around this. I think they're about 6'3", 6'4", both of them. Do I hate Grealish as much as the Irish guy? No. See, I'm not somebody that's that arsed about international football. So when Grealish changed his mind and decided to move from the Irish under-21 to play for the English team, yeah, it was a kick in the nuts because you'd love to see him play for Ireland, but I don't really hate many people in this world, mate. I get frustrated watching Jack Grealish at times because it's so stop-start, but no, I don't really have that many ill feelings towards him. Thank you for the super sticker and the birthday cake slice, probably for Joanne or somebody else whose birthday was in the chat, whose name I missed earlier on, by the way. Thiago and Big Shaqiri just need to pick the lock, score more goals than we let in, said Kate. For me, yes, Shaqiri has to start this game for me, and I never thought I'd be saying that. I'll explain it fully in the preview as the week goes on, but yeah, for me, I'm looking at a 4-2-3-1 for this game. That's how I'd like Liverpool to line up with Salah through the centre. Dean Rock has hung up his boots for Dublin. Wow, that's a massive loss for Dublin, of course, and like what a legacy the Rock family have in Dublin GAA. So yeah, it won't be Kerry's year though, mate. Don't be getting carried away. Cavani's movement will confuse the centre backs. Look, Cavani is a quality centre forward, but still, like, what I don't get about Cavani is he couldn't have been United's first choice for that position because he was available for so long. Anybody could have gotten him at any point. So I still think the Cavani move was a calculated roll of the dice from United, and I mean, has it worked? I don't know. I'll let United fans answer that one. Igalo, that's fallen on its arse if we're being honest about that. More chance City win the league than United, said WD Red. I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans, in particular, just deny Manchester United's ability to stay in this title race. I think if we do that, we could do that at our peril, because you've got to show respect to anybody who claws themselves up to the top of the Premier League. Now, if they can stay there and show the consistency, I can't say for sure, but I'm certainly going to make sure I keep an eye on United. I'm certainly going to make sure I keep an eye on Spurs and Manchester City. I think they're all there to be considered as potential threats. I think we can be a bit too arrogant at dismissing teams at times. And look, I'd love to be sitting here telling you United are dog shite as well and saying it's not going to last in the Premier League title race, but I didn't think they'd get into a title race. I didn't think we'd see United in this position, particularly with the start of the season they had. They couldn't win a game at Old Trafford in the league, and at this moment in time, we're sitting here and I'm probably still coming across as a bit arrogant, but they're top of the table. That's the way it stands, and it's a kick in the nuts, and I hate it. I hate every damn minute of it. I refuse to even look at the league table. Which United player do you feel will threaten us on Sunday? Look, the easiest and honest answer there is it's got to be Bruno Fernandes against Thiago. That's the way in my head this game is. Thiago Fernandes. Who can have the most impact on the game? And look, I'm not saying that they'll be the goal scorers, but I think that they are the two that most pundits or most fans will be looking at to see who can wrestle control of the game. It might be wise to start Fabinho at right centre back and Reece at left back to help out, said Scotty. It's going to be a tough one. Whoever the decision Klopp has to make, I mean, again, I was almost burying my head in the sand thinking that it was going to be Joel Matip. I almost refused to believe that he wouldn't be fit for this game, but again, tomorrow, crunch day. What's your midfield for that game? Henderson, Thiago as a 2, then with the 3 ahead of them because I've gone 4-2-3-1. So Henderson, Thiago in a double pivot. In behind, Bobby Firmino in a central role, Shaqiri on the right, Mane on the left, and then Salah through the centre as the out-and-out striker. That's what I'd like to see. Milner at right back? No, it's got to be Trent. It has got to be Trent. I will admit that Trent's not been in form. I will admit that he's not at his best, but come on. In this game, with the options and the capabilities that Trent can bring with regards to his passing, his crossing, free kicks, set pieces, it has to be Trent, man. It has to be. I know, I understand where people are coming from, but it has to be Trent, surely. I cannot see any way he doesn't start at right back. Josh Crouch said, I'm worried that we may lose our home record to United. Honestly, mate, when it comes to this game, to me, I'm not even thinking about the home record. I'm just thinking about wanting to beat United and not wanting to lose to United. The record is secondary to me at this point. I'm just concerned about the fact that this is the club that I have grown up having to almost know my place and be bantered by my friends for my entire teens. I just had to sit back and look at Manchester United winning Premier League after Premier League and just swallow it and just take it. And it's only been in the past few years since Klopp arrived that I've started to really be able to dish it back. And yeah, we had 2005, made some FA Cups and League Cups along the way. we had the Europa League or the old fucking UEFA Cup as it was in 2001. But oh god, it's been a while, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the rivalry. I would much rather the rivalry be with United than City, for obvious reasons, because I just don't care about City in any way. Whereas I am emotionally invested in the rivalry between Liverpool and United, and I just hope that if you are a fan watching, it's okay to hate each other's clubs or to dislike each other's clubs, but be a bit respectful with regards to the banter that we come, because we want to show football in a positive light. This is a huge game, going to be watched around the world. Fan forums are going to be looked at. YouTube channels are going to be looked at. We want to show football in its best form. We want to show fandom in its best form. So yeah, keep your comments witty. Yes, you're absolutely entitled to cheer for your club, but please God, no Munich shit, no Hillsborough shit, no Heysel shit. None of that sick stuff that we've seen creep in before from either fan base. Let's go at it. Head to head, the two biggest clubs in English football history. Let's do it with a bit of grace, a bit of dignity, and show the world why the Premier League's the best league in the world, why Liverpool and United fans are the best fans in England, and let's do it the right way. We're capable of it. Let's bring it on. Just do it with a bit of respect and dignity, and then let's banter the shit out of each other for fun along the way as well. That's the way I want this game to go, folks. Call me an optimist, but I think we're capable of it. The world's in a feckin' dark place right now, and we all need something to keep us alive, to keep us entertained, to keep our spirits up, and a title race between United and Liverpool, that'll do just fine for me. What's this? Why play Milner at centre back? Why not play Milner at centre back? Pace would be the first thing that comes to mind with the high line that we play. Again, aerially he's not that tall either, so that would be another reason. But look, Jimmy Milner's one of those lads you can probably drop in anywhere and he'll do a job. Looking forward to the match as a United fan, said Spencer Rice. Thank you, mate. And look, folks, if you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video as well. I can't believe we've hit 63k on little old us, but we are moving forward, and hopefully we're going to keep growing. I'm badly want to get 100k, and it's not from a selfish point of view. It's just because I want to give Connor that damn YouTube Silver Play Award that comes. I mean, he deserves it for all the hard work he does in the background as well. And again, just a reminder, the first ever Anfield Agenda podcast went live today. You can find it on Spotify, on iTunes. Just search Anfield Agenda. If you're on iTunes, please do give us a 5-star review on there as well. It really helps get the pod pushed out. What have we got? Genie Masterclass every game. Yeah, look, I'm sitting here saying to you I want Thiago, Hendo and Firmino in an attacking role, but yeah, I'm almost resigned to the fact that we're probably going to see Thiago, Hendo and Gini in the midfield. That's probably the way Klopp will go. What else we got? Robbo centre-back, Milner left-back. Nope, not for me. Again, I'm just giving you my opinion on it. Robbo left-back, Trent right-back, and then we'll work out the centre-back pairing, and we'll wait and see what happens with regards to, obviously, if Joel Matip trains tomorrow or not. Have we talked about the game with Goldbridge? No, we're recording that Massimiliano. Oh my god, Massimiliano. Did I get it right that time? We're recording it tomorrow night, mate, so it should be out. We're recording it at 8:30 tomorrow, so hopefully we should have it out by about 9:15 tomorrow night, mate. And I'm actually thinking of sticking it out as a podcast as well for those that would rather just listen to it in audio form. So yeah, tomorrow night myself and Goldbridge are going to be having a chat around the game, so I'm really looking forward to catching up with Mark, and I'm not looking forward to him telling me that they're top of the league, but hey, I've given it out, so I've got to take it, don't I? Remy's put a team in there, gone for Alisson, Phillips, Fabinho, Trent, Robbo, Hendo, Thiago, Shaqiri, Firmino, Mane, Salah through the centre. Callum LFC said I'd love Jones to score the winner. That would be nice, mate. I would. A Curtis Jones screamer from 25 yards would be delicious. Mark, is it your birthday today, buddy? Is that what I missed out on? I know I've missed out on somebody else's birthday, and I think it's Mark's. If it is, mate, happy birthday to you. WFM, Ronan, mate, WFM. That's the most important thing to remember here. United fans out there, WFM to us, not to you. WFM. Let them know in the chat. WFM are up, folks. Whether you've got the emojis or you're just writing the letters in. If you do have the emoji, if you are a member, whack it into the chat there. Just let them know. We're WFM. WFM. What have we got? Danny Dogg's gone 2-1 to the Reds. Who is Mark? I'm genuinely baffled you don't know who Mark Goldbridge is, mate. Honestly, look, you're watching our channel, which is great, but surely you know who Goldbridge is, mate. And if you don't, he's closing in on 1 million subscribers with the United Stand. I think they're about. I was chatting to Drawdy earlier on. I think about 47k away or something, which is fucking. I can't even think of those big numbers, man. But fair play to them; they absolutely deserve it. What does WFM mean? No, it's a Liverpool thing. Rumour has it Goldbridge is a City fan. That's complete and utter bullshit. Like, Mark Goldbridge is a friend of mine, and we banter, we have fun, but I tell you what, there are fewer people I've come across behind the scenes that are as honest, that are as kind, and that are as straightforward as Goldbridge. Honestly, I had my own things to say about him in the past. I thought he was a wind-up merchant, but I've gotten to know him over the past few years, and he is just a good fella. He really is. He deserves all the success comes his way, but not on the pitch. On the pitch, they deserve nothing. And for those that don't know, WFM means we're fucking massive. It's our little motto here on the channel. Oh, you meant Hitman, not Goldbridge. Sorry, yeah, Mark is Hitman. Sorry, he just, for some reason, goes with this fucking ridiculously long Liverpool fan, aka the Hitman. Mark he'll forever be Mark to me. Is it wrong I watch Mark sometimes? No, Mark's entertaining. But look, I consume very little football fan content because I haven't got much time. Because, you know, with my home life and making content, I don't have much time to do stuff. But nah, you should absolutely be dropping in on Mark and dropping in on Lee Chappie and checking out other fan channels. Just, there's nothing wrong with a bit of rivalry. There's nothing wrong with dipping your toe into other fans' channels just to see how they're feeling about the league and stuff as well. Liverpool will be ready on Sunday, said Mr. Bud. You bet your ass we will. You bet your ass we will. Thiago versus Bruno. That's the big battle, mate, isn't it? Suhaili? I think that is the big battle, mate. Yeah, it's one I'm very much looking forward to. But look, again, there's Spurs to look at. There's Manchester City to look at. You know, I'm probably just wanting this to be more of just a Liverpool United title race because I don't like Manchester City very much. But in all honesty, they're definitely in this title race as well. I watch Lee Chappie and Mark, and I'm a Liverpool fan. Cool. You're going to see more Lee Chappie as well on Mundo Sporto. He's going to be one of our other presenters over on that channel. I think Jack Gill might be trying to do Watchalong this weekend on Saturday night as well on Mundo Sporto. I'm going to be going over there in about, well, the show starts at 8, but I'm going to be leaving in about 10 minutes. I'm going to be getting set up to do Watchalong of the Spurs game against Fulham on Mundo Sporto tonight. So if you haven't subscribed, please do jump over to that channel and do the Watchalong with us. Amazingly, even though the channel's only technically about 7 weeks old, I think we've got 6,300 subscribers on there already, so thank you to everyone that's joined in there. Is Lee Chappie a friend of yours? Yes, he is indeed. He's again another really honest, down to earth, no bad bone in his body. Lee Chappie's just a quality good dude that works hard for his family. Love it. What's this? Love it if we do a Villa 7-2 to United. I mean, so would I, mate, of course. But I don't know. I just don't want it to be anticlimactic. Like, it probably has fucking 0-0 wrote all over it now, near look. But I would just want this to be a good game of football, and I want Liverpool to come out on top, and I want us to show what we're capable of. Because if both sides play to their absolute maximum ability, I still think we're the better team. But it's about doing that on the day. Talk is cheap. We've got to go out there on Sunday at 4:30 and be at it from minute 1. It's negligence that we haven't signed the centre-back, said Donald Matthews. I can make arguments for both sides, mate. But I do understand why people are fuming that Liverpool haven't gone out and signed the centre-back. I wouldn't say I'm fuming about it. I'm disappointed. I mean, I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed, but call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm kind of almost subconsciously, I think, buying into the fact that we may see either Gomez or Van Dijk back earlier than expected. But then again, I am an eternal optimist about those things. So, did somebody say about Shaqiri, or not Shaqiri? I'm a United fan and I watch you. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Man United won't win the league for a long time and they won't win the Europa, said Chris Legit. Yeah, that's another aspect that we have to take into account as well. For some reason, the psychology of playing Thursday, Sunday football seems to affect teams more than a Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. And that's something that United will have to take into account if they progress into the latter stages of the Europa League as well. I don't know why that is the case, though. I mean, Thursday, Sunday seems to be a bit more of a clusterfuck for teams than Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. Are you concerned about Salah's current form, and do you think the Villa game will give him a boost? it's not just Salah, to be fair. I have spoken about Salah's form and I've given my honest assessment of it, but to be fair, we just need to be scoring more goals. We've created some opportunities in games and just not put them away. Then we've had other games where we just look like we haven't been able to create. What I would like to see is a few more shots being taken. I don't think we're shooting anywhere near enough. It's almost as if we're trying to walk the ball into the net at times. And that's not aimed at any one player. That's just aimed at the team. I think Thiago coming back could be an absolute difference maker to our season if he can stay fit for the big games. Himself and Shaqiri in that little cameo against Villa, albeit, as I said, it was an inexperienced Villa side. They did show that they're on the same wavelength, and they showed me something that made me feel a little bit more confident heading into this game on Sunday. What else we got? When Jota comes back, we should do a 4-2-4 and we can have Hendo and Thiago midfield, Mane, Salah on the wings, Bobby and Jota up front. Imagine. I mean, how much are we all missing Diogo Jota right now? What an impact he's had since he's come into Liverpool. Now, on the centre-back thing, let me just caveat it all by saying something. Let's say we did go out and sign a centre-back. Let's just say we did it, and let's say we went and got, pick a name off the top of my head here, Per Schuurs. Let's just say we signed Per Schuurs from Ajax in this window. One important thing to remember is it's very, very rare that Jurgen Klopp just signs a player and drops them straight into the starting 11 on a consistent basis. It's very rare. Jurgen Klopp likes players to get up to speed with the system he has, with the culture, with obviously the style of football in England, and make sure the fitness levels are the right. So even if we signed a centre-back, I would still be amazed if he was dropped straight in and started playing week in and week out, because we've seen it before. Chamberlain, Robertson, and there's probably some others I can't even remember that took a while to finally establish themselves in that Liverpool team, because Kloppo likes them to get up to speed and won't put people in till he feels that they understand exactly how he wants the system to work, how the pressing game works, when to press, to defend from the front. So yeah, again, even if we did sign a centre-back, one, who's to say it would work? And two, there is the aspect of Klopp wanting a player to be up to speed before he'd include him in the squad anyway. So there is that to take into account as well. Again, I don't disagree that we should sign a centre-back. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate a little bit. Rashford deserves an ovation for feeding the kids. Mate, I cannot agree with you anymore. What Marcus Rashford has done is sensational, and he deserves all the plaudits that comes his way for it. It's a sad place that it takes a footballer to have to stand up to fight for hungry kids. I mean, it's a sad indictment of society. Not society, no, that's not right, because it's not the people's fault. It's a sad indictment of government. And again, I'm not having a dig at the English government. I'm Irish, but I am very proud as a member of the football family to see what Marcus Rashford is doing, and every fan base should be right behind him because he's fighting for hungry kids. And how the fuck could you not love and acknowledge that? So absolutely, mate, Marcus Rashford deserves all the plaudits for that. No fans in the stadium, Callum, on Sunday. There's no fans at any Premier League ground anymore, mate. Everybody's been moved up a tier, so there's no, and rightly so with the way it is at the minute. Klopp has never lost 2 league games in a row with Liverpool, and that's not going to end this Sunday, said Edmund. Lowercase, please, buddy, if you can, but I do agree with you. I don't think he will on Sunday either. Have no fear, Thiago's here. Callum, what else we got? Right, mate, I'm going to watch Goldbridge. Hope it's a good one. Have a good night. Thank you, Spencer. And look, again, I'm going to do about 5 or 6 more minutes tonight, folks. So any questions you have, any transfer topics that you want to talk about, lash it in there real quick, and I'll try and get to it, because I'm going to be finishing up then and going over to Mundo Sporto to do a watch-along of the Spurs game against Fulham. So I hope you can join me for that one. Any news on Origi? Yes, actually, are you in a little bit? So Wolves have withdrawn their interest in Divock Origi. They were looking at him in the summer, and then of course when the injury to Raul Jimenez, they were looking at him again. But apparently, from what I've read today, the Wolves owners have come back and said that basically there's no money to work with there. So unless maybe Wolves move somebody on to free up cash, then their interest in Divock Origi seems to have dried up. So that's one less potential pathway out of Liverpool for Origi in January. Sepp van den Berg has had interest from a couple of clubs. I think 1 or 2 in Germany. So I expect Sepp van den Berg to go out on loan. We spoke about that earlier on as well. Is Lee Chappie doing the game with you? No, just me, mate. Just me tonight. I don't really like doing watch-alongs as a duo. I just don't think it works too well. particularly with the style of the way I do commentary, I'd rather do it on my own or have somebody in the room with me, like physically in the room with me. But obviously we can't do that at the minute, so most of the watch-alongs I tend to do on my own because I just think it's better continuity. Will Hendo start at centre-back? I hope not, Ronan. I hope we see him in midfield beside Thiago. Well, with the experiment for Hendo, I was going to call Hendo. For Hendo at centre-back, originally I thought, you know what, this might work because we might see Hendo's vision and range of passing, but I just think it took away from our midfield, and I think it just, we were 10 yards further back. I'd like to see us right on the front foot, pressing right up on the high line, and we're going to have to hold our line correctly as well, because there's no doubt with the pace of Martial and Rashford, United will be looking to get in behind, and we do play a high defensive line, so we've got to get that line right. If we go back to the goal we conceded against who was it? Newcastle. Was it Newcastle? Yeah, Newcastle. So they had that free kick, and the ball was played in, and as you know, Trent didn't chest it and it went through. It was Southampton. Danny Ings lifted it over Alisson, it was 1-0. But another part of that, if I look across that defensive line, was Hendo was the one that was a yard further back and was actually playing Danny Ings onside when the free kick was taken. So we have to be very mindful of holding that defensive line as a unit as well. We can't have one person being a yard behind in like that situation. And I don't know if that was Hendo's inexperience as a centre-back or his experience as maybe having played in a six, being able to think, right, I have to drop back here just like he would do if he was in the middle of the park. The only thing is, when you're playing at a centre-back like that, dropping that yard deep can be the difference between an offside with no goal or a goal and, you know, us with our heads in our hands. So, yeah, Southampton. But yeah, that one, he was just a half yard behind the rest of the unit. Match has a draw written all over it. That seems to be pretty much the general consensus from a lot of people, yeah. I don't think so. I'm going to give you an early score prediction. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Now, that can be caveated, of course, on the starting 11 and stuff, but I have a feeling we'll score and then we'll do what we did with a late goal again. Maybe on the counter as United press, but that's just my take on it anyway. And look, I am going to be optimistic, haven't I? He would be in that position if he was in midfield for a free kick like that anyway. Yeah, but he was still playing them on side, mate. So, how do I describe this? I still think it was a lack of being with that unit, like moving forward and backwards together. Maybe he was concentrating on communicating elsewhere, I don't know. But look, he was. There's no arguing about it. He was the one that was playing Ings on side. I think we're going to have a repeat of Wolves, personally, said Kate. Thiago should be taking corners and frees. Yeah, look, I get that. I never understand why, for Spurs for a while, or for England, I should say, Kane was taking corners, if I remember correctly, at one point. And I was just thinking, but he's good in the air, like, why? But yeah, look, Thiago definitely capable of it. Yes, Shaqiri as well. If Shaqiri's on, nothing wrong with him taking corners as well. Do you think Pogba will threaten? It depends which Paul Pogba shows up. I mean, Pogba's one of these players that can have a worldie, he can have a stinker, or he could just have that one moment that he's capable of that could change a game. Same with a lot of our players. Salah can have that one moment, Mane can have that one moment, Firmino can have that one moment, Fernandes can have that one moment. It's what makes this so interesting. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns going into this game. I mean, what will happen, let's say, what I'm intrigued to see is, what happens at half-time if it's scoreless? What manager makes the tweaks? What manager moves those chess pieces around correctly to find a way to break the other team down? I'm intrigued by the battle between Klopp and Solskjaer in this, because if it comes to a head-to-head tactical battle, I cannot see Solskjaer coming out on top. Time after time, when it comes down to it in the big moments, I've just seen Solskjaer fail. Whether it be semi-finals of cup competitions or even most recently, which was another semi-final, that game against City. I mean, Pep just completely outtaught him at half-time. Solskjaer's team were way on top of me in the first half and should have been in the lead, but they went in a half-time scoreless. Pep made a few tweaks and City came out and were the better side and went on to win the game 2-0. So, from my point of view, if it comes down to the managers, we win. But if it comes down to the players, and the players all playing to the best of their ability, it could be just a crazy game of football. So many unknowns, so many what ifs, but we'll find out on Sunday. Sunday at about 6:25, we'll know. Samira said, "Hi Craig, you're my favourite YouTuber. Keep it up." Thank you. Really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Thoughts of David Alaba to Liverpool? It's not going to happen. I talked about it earlier on, and again, I'd urge you to maybe read Melissa Reddy's article in The Independent today about it as well. I just don't see any way. If we wanted Alaba, we could have got him last summer when the potential to do a deal similar to Thiago's was there. James Redmond on the channel. Nope. Again, I don't know James Redmond, and that's probably the reason. I don't know James Redmond. There are certain little, I won't say cliques, but there are certain little buddy parties on YouTube, if you get where I'm coming from. There's certain little gang of people that do stuff together, move in the same circles, and we're not in the same circle. So, no, is the answer to that. Simple as. Nothing against the lad, don't know the lad. Seems like a lovely fella. How am I feeling ahead of Sunday? Cautiously optimistic. That's and nervous and excited. But it's gonna be a huge game. Prince J, how are you, mate? Welcome in. Nice to see you. What's the latest on Militao? Yeah, there is talk that Madrid are trying to get him off their books, and that he would be open to a move. I've heard Spurs linked to him as well, by the way. So there definitely is an option there with Militao. I just don't know if it's an option Liverpool would pursue, but I think Mourinho and Spurs, and again, remember, Spurs and Mourinho and Real Madrid have a decent relationship with the Bale stuff and all that kind of thing. So I would say it's more likely maybe that Spurs would look to do that deal, but again, keep an eye on it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go. I've got to go get set up for the Mundo Sporto watch-along of Spurs against Fulham. Excuse me. I'll be live on there in about 13 minutes time. So look, hit that subscribe button if you've enjoyed the stream. Drop a like on the video. If you're watching this back later on, let me know your thoughts in the comment section as well. I'm off to Mundo Sporto. I will see you guys tomorrow. I've got this show we're recording with Ian Brewster and Leon Blanche tomorrow. I will be talking about Mark Goldbridge tomorrow night. That should be out at about 9:15 as well. So lots of love to all of you. Whether you're a United fan, Liverpool fan, stay safe. Take care of your families. Look after each other. I'll chat to you wonderful people soon. Lots of love. Up the